Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and I'm here for another CD collection video, and it's gonna be for new metal. I don't have the best new metal CD collection. So, other than that though, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the video, and I'll have a total of 13 CDs here to be exact. Most of them are by the same band, but it should be okay. So other than that, I'm gonna finally go ahead and start the video. Alright, now the first album, this band isn't really new metal, but some people would consider their first album more of a new metal album mixed with heavy metal. But either way, I'm still gonna I'm still gonna have it in this video regardless. So, it's Disturbed's album, The Sickness, their debut. Like I said, many people would consider this a new metal album with heavy metal. I can see it, but not much, but it's still a great album, but I still wanted to include it in there though, since people do consider it a new metal album, and it's a great album. My third favorite Disturbed album, as I already said before. But yeah, still a great album for sure, and definitely one of their best. And the only album of theirs that I would consider new metal mixed with heavy metal. So yeah, first was The Sickness by Disturbed. Alright, now this next album is full on new metal, and it's gonna be Sinner by Drowning Pool. Sadly, it's their only album with Dave Williams on vocals due to his passing the year after this album came out in 2002, because this album came out in 2001 and he ended up passing in sometime in 2002. Just a sad tragedy, man. He was only 30 years old, I believe. It's just sad, man. It really is. But yeah, this is a really great album, and to me, it's their best album. They're still around, but to me, their other albums with their other vocalists just aren't that good, because they have had different vocalists in the band since Dave's passing. Their other albums aren't bad, but none of them compare to this album right here. None of them. And I'm serious. This is their best album by far. But yeah, I really don't have any favorites on this because I do like the whole album. So it's going to be hard to pick out favorites. So I'm just going to leave it at that, guys. If you guys haven't heard of this album, give it a listen. One of the best early 2000s new metal albums. So the second album was Drowning Pool and their album Sinner. Great album. Alright, now the next band is the band where I said I had more than one album of them earlier on in the video, and it's going to be the band Korn. But up first is their self-titled debut, and which many people consider Korn the pioneers of new metal, and I'm not going to disagree with that. Some people probably would, but I don't disagree at all. I think Korn is the pioneers of new metal, and I think that's where it started, you know. Some people would probably say Rage Against the Machine or some other bands, but Rage Against the Machine is not new metal. They're rap metal or rap rock, whatever, you know. They're not new metal, but Korn, on the other hand, of course, is new metal. So yeah, this album is their debut, self-titled. So the third album I showed in the video was Korn and their debut. Great album for sure. Not my favorite by them, but still a really good album. Alright, the next one is another Korn album, and it's their second album that they put out back in 1996, and it's called Life Is Peachy. A kind of an underrated album in my opinion. Some people would probably disagree, but to me, it's an underrated Korn album. I don't really hear many people really talking about it when they're picking out favorites, but it's still a good album for sure. You got songs like Shy, Lost, Porno Creep, Good God, No Place to Hide, Adidas, which stands for All Day I Dream About Sex, great song. Their cover of Lowrider is just way too short. I don't think they should have done that. It's only like 50 something seconds. I think it's a waste of time for the album, but either way, this is still a very good album and one of their best in my opinion. Sure, it's not their best, but one of their best. Still a great album though. So the fourth album in the video Life is Peachy by Korn. I'm just trying to go along, guys, the numbers so you guys know. Alright, next up is their album Follow the Leader, and it's Korn, of course, since I have quite a bit of their albums in my CD collection. But yeah, Korn's album Follow the Leader. Now, since this is the physical edition, the first 12 tracks are all silent, and it doesn't start until song 13 and ends at 25. That's how they done it for the CD version. I'm not sure why, but it's whatever, I guess. Still a great album. This is probably in my top 3 Korn albums of all time, along with their self-titled album and even The Serenity of Suffering. But yeah, this is still a great album, and yeah, definitely one of the best again. So yeah, great stuff, guys. If you're a fan of new metal, definitely check out this album because you'll love it. It's really great. Alright, up next is Issues by Korn, another one of their best. I know their first few albums are classics, so yeah, great album again. I'm not sure where this would be in my ranking of Korn, but I'll eventually do a ranking for Korn on the channel eventually, because I haven't heard all of their albums full, just the ones I have on CD basically, or something like that. But yeah, this is Issues by Korn, and it's a really great album. A lot of people have this as their favorite, and I can see why, because it's a great album. It's not my number 1 favorite, but it's still a classic and a great album for sure. So yeah, Issues by Korn. If you haven't heard it, check it out. Great album. Alright, just a few more for Korn. Alright, up next is their album Take a Look in the Mirror, and many people give this album a lot of shit, and I don't get why, because I think it's a good album. Their 2003 album as well. Great stuff for sure. You got songs like Right Now, Break Some Off, Did My Time, Play Me, Alive, Y'all Want a Single. They even have a cover of one on this album, which is originally by Metallica, and it is within the final track, which is called Win Lose, and I don't know why they've done that. They should have just put it as track 14 for the cover of one, but it's whatever, I guess. Is the cover good? Yes, but it's nowhere near as good as the original by Metallica, but they still done decent with that cover. But yeah, this album is Take a Look in the Mirror by Korn. Good album. Alright, now the next one I'm not going to have much to say about because it's just a greatest hits album, but it's Greatest Hits Volume 1, and it's Korn, of course. So yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. But if you guys want to hear their popular songs or some of their popular songs, check it out though. Alright, just a couple more for Korn. Now this next album by Korn, before I show it to you guys, I just want you guys to know it's my least favorite by the band. I don't hate the album, I just think it's not very good compared to the rest of the material they ever put out. But it's still alright for what it is. But it's Korn and their album Korn 3, their 2010 album, and this is the special edition. And it's in a digipack, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, Korn 3. It's an alright album, but like I said, it's my least favorite by them. But I do like the songs, or They'll Leave Me Alone. They'll Leave Me Alone. Pop a Pill was okay. Let the Guilt Go is a great song, just to name about 3. But yeah, it's an alright album, just not very good in my opinion. So that explains why it's easily my least favorite by Korn. Okay, just a few more left, guys, in the video. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, next up is the final Korn album that I have in my collection until I get more from them. And it's gonna have to be my favorite Korn album. It's gonna be an unpopular opinion, but I don't care because it's my favorite Korn album. And if you guys disagree, that's fine, but my favorite Korn album is this album right here, The Serenity of Suffering. I just really love this album. It reminds me of their first 4 albums. That's how good this album is. Such a good album. It reminds me of the self-titled album, reminds me of Life is Peachy, Follow the Leader, and even Issues. That's how good this album is. It's a great album, and it's easily my favorite by them, even though their other albums are good. But yeah, this album, The Serenity of Suffering, great album. If you haven't heard it, give it a listen, because you'll like it. If you like their first 4 albums, then you'll like this album. Great stuff. Alright, next 2 albums are going to be by the same band, since this band only put out 2 new metal albums, because after that they went into more like a alternative rock sound or whatever. But yeah, the first one is going to be Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park, their debut studio album. Great stuff for sure. You guys already know it's my favorite album by Linkin Park. But other than that, I don't have much to say, but it is my favorite by them. Many people disagree. They say their favorite's Meteora, but Meteora is still a great album, but it's not my favorite, but still a great album. So this album is Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. If you want to hear some early 2000s new metal, then check out this album, because it came out in the year 2000. Great album. Alright, and Linkin Park's final new metal album is going to be Meteora, which is my second favorite by them, because like I just said, Hybrid Theory is my favorite Linkin Park album, but this isn't much behind it. This is my second favorite, and it's Meteora. Great album. Once again, I don't have much to say about it, but it's another 2000s new metal classic, so give it a listen if you haven't heard it. Alright guys, just one more. Now, this next band, many people consider everything they put out new metal, but not me. I only consider their debut album to be new metal, and the rest after that, I consider it to be more of groove metal. But it's you can consider this band whatever genre you want, but me, after their debut, I consider them groove metal, but their debut album is full out new metal, and it's a classic. And it's gonna be Slipknot and their debut album, and the only album by Slipknot that I would actually ever consider to be new metal, because after that, like I said, it's more groove metal, and you can hear it. I don't hear new metal in Iowa or any albums after that. But this one is definitely new metal. When I first heard this, I was like, okay, this is just Slipknot, but what subgenre of metal was it? And I learned that it's new metal after listening to it a couple more times, you know. So, yeah, this is easily one of my favorite Slipknot albums. It's my second favorite Slipknot album behind Iowa, but it's still a great album for sure, and definitely one of their best. And this version doesn't have Purity on it, because this is a later release, not the original pressing, but it's still the same album though. They just removed Purity and Purity and some other intro or interlude song or whatever, but it's still a very good album. So yeah, other than that guys, that's gonna wrap it up for my new metal CD collection. I mean, I know I didn't have the best amount of new metal CDs, because there's plenty of other new metal bands out there like Deftones and some others, but other than that though, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what y'all think of the video and my collection. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Thanks for tuning in, but other than that, see y'all next time. Take care, stay safe, and yeah, see y'all in the next video. Peace.